From Portal on the Nintendo 64, to Breath of the Wild on the DS, and even Elden Ring on the Game Boy, I've scoured the internet to find what I think are the 10 coolest demakes ever made. But what exactly is a demake? I'm glad you asked. First, think of a remake. A remake takes an old video game and polishes it up to look like a new one. A demake is the opposite. It attempts to take a newer game and dumb it down a bit to run on an older system, ideally without losing too much of what makes the original game special. I'm saving the craziest games for the end of the video, so we're going to start off with a pretty simple one. Super Mario 64 for the Game Boy Advance. This is crazy. Sure, it's pretty low quality, but it's recognizable. The control scheme is obviously a bit cut down to work on a D-pad, but none of that will matter as long as we can triple jump. Yes, we can. Let's go inside the castle, which looks insanely nice. We can even grab the coins here. And of course, we're going to jump through the painting and head on over to Bob-omb Battlefield. This entire level is modeled. Isn't that crazy? The Game Boy Advance doesn't even have a proper GPU. I can't imagine how hard this must have been to pull off. I've played this level so many times that these graphics don't even affect me. And look at that, I've made it to the top. Now it's time to rank this port. Not only is this so technically impressive, but they also got the movement and sound effects working great. Which means Super Mario 64 for the Game Boy Advance is an easy A tier. Next up on our list is Donkey Kong Country. This game originally came out on the Super Nintendo, but some very experienced hackers made a bootleg version for the original Nintendo, way back in 1997. So let's give it a try. This file name is definitely something. Donkey Kong Country 4, Taiwan, Pirate Edition. Very legal and very fun. They did the original cutscene really well in 8-bit, that's cool. I know I said this for the last one, but the music is shockingly good. And the game looks fine, it's probably closer to the Game Boy Color Edition than the SNES version. I wonder why I have so many lives though. I wonder if it's since you can't save on the NES, so these are just all the lives you get for the entire game. If you run out, it's really game over. But the most important question is, can we switch characters? The only button I haven't pressed yet is select, so look at that. We can switch between Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong. I think that detail is just enough for me to give this game a B tier. On its own, it's great, but we have so many amazing games coming up that B is the best place to put it. Next up, we have... Wait, am I reading this right? Halo? For the Atari 2600? It seems I am. And this game is very interesting, because it's the closest we get to an official demake. This is Ed Fries, Microsoft's former vice president of game publishing, and allegedly huge McDonald's fries fan. He was part of Microsoft's decision to purchase Bungie, the studio that made Halo. One day after leaving Microsoft, he read a book about programming for the Atari system, and this inspired him to make his own game. Long story short, he decided to recreate Halo. Which brings us to this. And yeah, it doesn't look like much. I can move around in this forest here. Look at that, we get a gun. With our 1 pixel wide bullets, we are ready for anything. We've got a little dude here, let's take him out. Ha, easy. Oh shoot, there's more of them. What do you mean they take us out in one shot? We only have 3 lives? I wonder how many levels there are. 64? That's where I draw the line. Goodbye, Master Chief. Anyway, I think the history behind this game is cool, but it seems way too hard. Halo 2600 is going in the C tier. And now we're looking at Super Mario Wonder in the style of the SNES. I say style because this game doesn't actually run on a real console, but it was so cool I just had to include it. Look at this, it's awesome. We have Mario's model from Super Mario World, but we also have the talking flowers. And, of course, the Wonder Flower. This is the funny one with all the moving pipes and stuff. It's funny to see what this game could look like if it had just come out a few decades earlier. However, it's not technically a real demake. And on top of that, I don't love the movement mechanics. You can't even slide. So SNES Mario Wonder is going in C tier. Although if we were ranking on art style, it would be much higher. Aside from the final 3 games, I think I'm most excited about this next one. This is Splatoon, or as they call it here, Splatoon, on the NES. And as any Splatoon fan can tell you, the music is one of the best parts of this series. Just listen to the title screen music. Oh my gosh, it sounds so good in 8-bit. They did a perfect remix job. We can pick from 4 maps, and of course we're picking Bluefin Depot. I can't tell which weapon they're trying to show on the right, so I'm going to take the roller. This game is made for 2 players, and I'm playing in an emulator, so second player's not going to be doing much. The gameplay here has been changed from a 3D shooter style to a 2D tile-based game. In true Splatoon fashion, if you fall in the water, you die instantly. But you can also paint the walls, which is very cool. The battle music sounds so good too. This is just too cool. And at the end, Judd is here to count everything up. Oh dang, I won! I did not expect that. There's even credits. Hold up. Squideo Kojima? Squidmeyer? We got some big name talent here. Maybe it's because Splatoon is one of my favorite franchises ever, but Splatoon for the NES gets our first S tier. And now we're halfway through the list. Make sure to leave a comment and let me know which game has been your favorite so far. Starting the second half off strong is Disco Elysium for the Game Boy. I'll be honest here, I know next to nothing about this game, so this will be interesting. It just seemed like such a crazy port that I couldn't leave it out of the video. We start off by picking an archetype. Let's go physical. After a lot of intro text, we end up in a fairly nice room. The aesthetic of this game seems very Pokemon, what with the top-down movement and starting in a bedroom. As far as I can tell, the story of the game is that you wake up in a hotel, and then you find out you're a police officer, and then you're just trying to solve a crime, but you lost your memory. Again, I've never played this game before, but it seems pretty cool. The battle system is based on dice rolls, which is interesting. I've never seen that before, but it seems to work well. This seems like a very story-heavy game, and to match that, there is a lot of dialogue. Also, I found magnesium in the kitchen, so that's nice. Overall, this game is pretty impressive, especially considering it runs on the Game Boy. I'm giving it a solid B tier. This next demake is almost more of a remake. There's a project on GitHub called OpenLara, which is an open source port of the original Tomb Raider. On their releases page, they include builds for literally everything, from modern platforms like Android and the Nintendo Switch, to things like the Sega 32X and the Game Boy Advance, which is the one we'll be trying today. We start off with the 3D spinning menu, very cool. There's graphics settings, we can show the FPS, we definitely want that. And V-Sync? On a Game Boy? My mind is blown. Since we only have a D-pad, the movement is a bit messed up, but it works. The 3D inventory is so cool. Let's equip some pistols. I don't think there's much to shoot though. Let's switch maps. Okay, there's definitely stuff to shoot. Oh no, we got wolves. Oh, we barely survived, but we did. I'm shocked they not only implemented full 3D gameplay, but also combat and enemies. Tomb Raider for the GBA is going right up next to Mario 64 in A tier. And now we're on to the final 3. From insane art to amazing software trickery, these demakes are the best of the best. But first, if you made it this far into the video, you must have liked it. So you should subscribe. I make videos like this pretty much every 2 weeks. Just like our other Game Boy remake, Disco Elysium, I know nothing about Elden Ring. But it looks like they also went with the top-down RPG style. That's nice. The A button makes us spin around in a circle. Very funny. And the B button does a cool sword swing. There is no music. I guess they ran out of space. Oh shoot, that's a huge spider. Let's get out of here. We can't leave. That's just great. What kind of boss battle is this? The game just started. And I'm dead. Okay. Let's go spinning on over here. Okay, this guy's got a battle axe. We can win this. Oh yeah, duck over here. Attack from behind. I truly am a professional. Oh. Well. We're back where we started. Yay. Let's go the other way this time. You know, the top-down exploration, this kind of reminds me of the old 2D Zelda games. Aha, I think we can beat this enemy here. Attack from behind. Yeah, the enemy has been vanquished. And these guys have got crossbows. We'll just circle on back here. Oh, there's more of them. I'm dead. Partially because it's too hard, and partially because there's no music whatsoever, Elden Ring is going in D tier. I did love the exploration, though. Next up is Zelda Breath of the Wild for the DS. Apparently, they managed to get the entire map of Hyrule into this thing. The top screen shows the game, and we have the full map on the bottom. It looks like we're in the Faron region right now. This Link model is impressively detailed. They did it so well. Again, no music, which is too bad. The only button that does stuff is B, which makes you sprint very quickly. I wonder if we can climb cliffs. Okay, I guess that counts as climbing, sure. I cannot believe they got a map this huge to fit in the DS-ROM. I still don't believe them. There's no way they got the entire thing. So to test it out, we're going to Hyrule Castle. This might take a while. Alright, we're here in Hyrule Field, and yeah, there's no castle. But still, for the sheer amount of work to fit a massive 3D world like this onto the DS, this demake gets an A tier. And now we come to the final demake of the video, Portal for the Nintendo 64. We'll go ahead and start up a new game. Ooh, nice animations, that was smooth. This looks really, really good. The default controls are joystick to look and C-pad to move, which is kinda weird, but I guess you do need really good aim in this game, so it makes sense. Z trigger to jump and A and B buttons to shoot the portals.
Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Computer Aided Enrichment Center.
Wow, the voice lines sound really good.
The portal will open in 3, 2, 1.
There's a bit of texture fighting on the edge of the portal, but still, these graphics are nothing short of amazing. We got a big red button to press here. I guess I'll grab this cube. Easy puzzle.
Excellent. Please proceed into the chamber lock after completing each test.
It's just crazy to me that they took a PC game and they got it running on a console that only has 4 megabytes of RAM. That is an insane achievement. And the detail on those voice lines just blows me away. This could easily be passed off as the PC version with low graphics settings. The developers have currently implemented 17 of the original game's 19 puzzles, and they're still making progress. Wild stuff for a demake. This deserves nothing short of S tier. And there you have it, the final tier list. I credited the developers of all these demakes in the description, so go check them out. They're pretty cool. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a really good day.